Alright, hopefully my phone will stay in place and it won't fall. Whew. Alright guys, just a spur of the moment, I decided to get on here and do some stringing and some plarring and thought I'd chat with you guys while I did it. Nobody's in here right now, but that's okay. Got some ambient sounds going in the background. Got me some, actually this is a Starbucks coffee. Got it going. Those of you who are coming in through a replay, please leave a message and say, hey, I was here. Let me know you came in. This is my tote that I'm going to be working with. I'm going to be adding to this. I've been separating out thank you for the like. I'm going to be separating out the clear from the color of red and white. So that's what we're going to work on this morning. Just for about an hour or so. And then I've got a lot of stuff to go do in town because I have to, I get my tacky finger on my finger. I have to take advantage of certain times of the day. My best driving, the easiest way for me to drive during the day is from usually around 11 to 3 when the sun is up high and it's not in my face, blinding me so I can't drive. Because I am so light sensitive anymore. So how is everybody doing? If you haven't noticed, I did post the crochet giveaway yesterday. So go take advantage of that and sign up. A lot of great suggestions were put in there and I do appreciate that. I'm going to make actually a list and I'm going to do shout outs with what was suggested in the comments. Excuse me. And go check out some of the channels because I'd like to start, like I said, the reason for, or rather the giveaway that I've got going on for crocheters, the reason for that was so that we could support our community. We can support each other, our content creators out there, and go check out some channels and see, what everybody's doing and see if we can share crossover ideas. Because that's how I get a lot of my ideas on the things that I create, is I'll look at something that somebody has made or maybe follow a tutorial and go, ooh, I would like to try this, or I would like to try it this way and maybe change things up. But I need to start writing those down as I come across them, as I make them, so that, excuse me, did that have blue in it? Because I'm separating this stuff with the blue out. Yes. I can tell my reds, but I can't tell if my blacks or my blues are the same. So I'm trying to do just the red and white right now. And I'm sure I've come across some that are just white, like this one. I think this is just white. So what I'll do is I'll go through and I'll pull it through like this. Oh, nope, that's got some red. If it's got any inkling of color in it at all, I do not put it with my solid white ball. So like this one, oh, see, that's got black. Oh, so it goes in a separate box. But yeah, so that's what I wanted to start doing because, there we go. There was a lady that I follow on TikTok, and her handle is on TikTok is just Whitney Marie. Well, we did not know that each other had a YouTube channel. So she followed me and then I found her and I follow her. And she actually has almost double the followers that I have. And maybe I'm hoping I encourage her to go do more YouTube content. TikTok is it's very forgiving as to what you can do on there compared to this platform. Oh, look, all white. So all white goes separate. So that's why I like it there, but it takes longer to build unless you have a viral video, something that goes viral, or you have, that's not red, or if you have something that you're selling, which I got approved to sell on the TikTok shop. I just have not done it yet. I'm going to set that up eventually. Did that have some color in it? Nope. Red and white. All red and white. All red and white. Okay. So for those of you who don't know, I am creating Plarn, which is plastic yarn made out of old grocery bags. I've been doing this for quite a while now. I am down to the very end of getting it all completed, and then as soon as I do, you're going to start seeing me work with it. I'm going to do crocheting with it, and then once all my, oops, that was white. That does not go in there. Once I'm done with all of them, all right, where were you? Was that the solid white one? Once I'm done with using all of them, I am probably going to hang up my needles when it comes to working with plastic yarn. Keeping it out of the landfills, yes, and repurposing it. So like this is what it is, and then what I do is I crochet with it. I actually have started writing a pattern for I'm calling them my brown bottom bag. So I've already decided I'm going to start working on that. Now I can write a cross stitch pattern. I have a program that helps me, and I've been doing that one. Well, I was doing that one for years until my eyesight changed. And if those of you who are not familiar with my eyesight journey, you can go check out my Getting to Know Me playlist, and that will explain it all to you there. In the meantime, what I'm going to do is, this got red in it. What I'm going to do is, lost my train of thought. So, like I said, I can create a cross stitch pattern and instructions and all that because I did it for so many years. I've never done a crochet pattern. So I have a lot of patterns that I've created, but I've never put them down into words, and I don't think I've done a few tutorials. Like I think my playlist is called How to Make, How to Create, or How to Make is my playlist. And you'll find how to create this, which is the plastic yarn, the Plarn, step by step. I take you through exactly how to do it from the way that I learned to do it, the easiest way for me. The way I'm doing this as far as stringing it up is like an assembly line. I just find it's easier. I don't normally split out colors, but I like the solid white because I can use the solid white with other colors. Like I've got black, and I've got blue and brown and yellow, and like right now these are old Bilo bags and Food Line bag. No, Food Line is blue and white. Yeah. So I think I've already gone through all of those. And then some of the Food Line bags are actually blue. But anyway, so yeah, so you can find, there is one that I put on there. I didn't write the pattern out, but I did do a tutorial on it on how to make when everybody during the pandemic, when everybody panicked and we ran out of toilet paper. Hi, Sandra. Oh, I just now noticed that you said hi. I didn't have my specs on, and the comments are really far down on this. They stay up. That's the reason why I do my lives in this direction. I do my lives in this direction because the comments will stay at the bottom. If I do it the other direction and I film this way, the comments will come across here, but because of my seeing issues, it takes me longer to try to find the letters to read. So the comments disappear. So I have to do it this way so that the comments will stay up and I can see you. But hi, Sandra. Thank you for joining me and saying hi. I appreciate that. It lets me know that my sound is on. Because there have been times when I have filmed a live and it's been either unlisted and I didn't realize it. These are sticking to my arm. Or my microphone was off. I do not have my microphone set up on this particular live, so that means I can you can hear me. See, this one's all white, I believe. Yeah, that's why this go around, this box of cut up pieces is taking me longer because I'm pulling out the white. But what I would like to know is, I know I asked you guys to share who you like to watch on here. Who do you like to watch? Who's entertaining? Because here's the thing. I have found, and this goes for TikTok as well, I have found that when I start really watching somebody and I really like watching them, I don't know if, and I've done it too, I don't know if they get burnt out and they decide they don't want to do it anymore, or they just disappear, or life happens, or something happens to them, God forbid. But it's disheartening, because it's like, oh, I wish so-and-so would do content again. I wish they would come back. You guys were very encouraging with me when I left. When I had the whole issue with my eyesight, I left for, I want to say, a year and a half or 2 years. I didn't really create anything, if anything at all. And I kept saying I was going to start creating again, but I think I did maybe 3 or 4 videos within a couple years time period. It was really bad what I was going through, but I'm getting back on the horse. You guys have seen me now. I've been constant since, I want to say March or April. I've been pretty constant. So yeah, so I'm glad to be here, and I'm glad those of you who are with me have joined me, and thank you for those of you who are watching the replay as well, because I know you love me and you're trying to help me get my watch hours up, so I appreciate that. If you're going to play this in your background, hopefully we can have some people on here that we can do some chatting and talk about some things. Got a couple people in here. I know you're working on your projects and you're listening to me and you're lurking. And that's great. I'm glad you're here. Oh, lost somebody. I'm glad you're here. I'm glad you're listening. But yeah, okay, so what I did was, it was during the pandemic. The pattern that I made was, and I was talking about the toilet paper situation. So we had run out of toilet paper. There was a run on it. People couldn't find it. It was crazy. Because the manufacturers had shut down due to the pandemic and all that. But what I did was, and it was as a little funny, I had saved some toilet paper rolls, old toilet paper rolls. Let's see if this is all clear. And I made a video and I made a toilet paper scarf. Of course, obviously it's not really a toilet paper, but it's like squares, and then it's got perforations, and then a square, then a perforation, and I've got it wrapped on a toilet roll, and then I've got a ribbon tied around it. But I did do a tutorial on it, and I call it a toilet paper scarf. So you guys go check that out. It's in the playlist on the how to make. It's either how to make or how to create. I can't remember what my playlist is called. Isn't that sad? It's because I haven't done a tutorial in so long. But yeah, so right now I'm just opening these squares up, putting them on my wrist, and then I'm going to string them together once I get a whole bunch on my wrist. And this is what it looks like on my wrist. So it just sits right there until I'm ready to loop them together and string it up. And then there's one lady that usually comes in on my lives, but I usually do them late at night or later in the afternoon. But her name is Summer, and she comes on and she has to remind me to make sure I take a drink, because I will talk. But if you guys have anything to say, please feel free to ask any questions. I'll be happy to answer them, no matter what it is. This is not made for kids, so we can talk about anything. Again, my coffee, it's Starbucks Starbucks medium roast toffee nut, I think is what this one's called. It's so good. I drink my coffee black now, and now that I drink my coffee black, whenever I get a flavored coffee, I can definitely taste the flavor in it now. I don't have to add creamer or, oh, there's a red. I don't have to add creamer or sugar to it. I've just gotten where I don't do that anymore. I just drink it black. The only time I drink a sweetened coffee is if I get an iced coffee from Dunkin', which I will be doing later this afternoon, because Monday, if you have the app, you get 100 points, and then after you get so many points, I end up getting usually about 2 free coffees a month out of my Dunkin' app. So when I'm in town, that's the first thing I do. I'll go to Dunkin' and I'll get a nice coffee. And if you can manipulate the app just right, you can get it for under $5 for a large, which is nice. Oh, everybody left me. No more. I wish I could figure out a way. I only have the one chat from Sandra. I wish I could figure out a way to keep the chats when I post the live, and I do have a playlist called Live Playlist. And usually I come on Midnight Makes. I actually get a better response. People more talkative at night, it seems like, on my Midnight Makes. People more talkative on my Midnight Makes, and more people than not are actually awake late at night. Of course, now I'm on the East Coast, so if I come on at 11 or 12 o'clock, you know, it's 8 or 9 o'clock on the West Coast. And it's got a little bit of red in it, so we're going to keep it with this. Oh, there we go. Is this a solid white one? No. But I may not stay on very long, guys. I don't know if I'm going to stay on. I usually stay on for a couple of hours, but I'm in 16 minutes. Oh, hello. I got 2 people in here watching now. I didn't have as big as a response today as I was hoping. But then again, it is Monday morning. A lot of people are at work. But I will tell you this, when I do the Midnight Makes, I find that I get more people from other countries that will come on, which is really interesting. Because you can really find out a lot about somebody if you're not familiar with their country and their customs and their time zones. I find it fascinating. I am finding more white strips than anything else right now. Come on now. I need some more. But if you get a chance, come on in. Leave a comment telling me you're watching the replay. Leave a comment, tell me hi. Let me know you're here. Or give it a thumbs up. I'd appreciate it. That will help with my algorithms. Building my channel, trying to post more than once a week. But I post at least once a week. And it seems like everything that I'm posting anymore is just about my giveaways. And I need to schedule. Oh, dang it. Sorry, I meant to mute my phone and I did not mute my phone. Let me see if it'll let me do that right now. Let's see. Yeah. All right. I just muted my phone, so hopefully it shouldn't ring anymore, or you guys shouldn't hear it anymore anyway. So we have to make a trip to Walmart today because we need more doggy food and we need toilet paper, and I need to just get out of the house. I need to get out of the house. My poor baby has been sick off at college, and I feel helpless. She said it's the sickest she's ever felt in her whole life, and I feel so helpless. Thank you for the like. I appreciate that. You guys get to see the Halloween nails. Let's see if it'll focus in. Come on now. Focus. There we go. There's the Halloween nails. Yay. And I think they're all different. Let's see. That one's a skull, but I think that's the same. Nope, that's a different skull. I think they're sugar skulls, but they're all black. Yeah. They stayed on pretty well. They're starting to kind of rub on the ends from where I'm washing dishes. The white's underneath, so they're kind of rubbing a little bit. But, all right, we got a solid white one here too. Oh, nice. I'm going to have that solid white ball up there filled up before too long. So, yeah, so in the comments, if you guys don't mind, let me know what you would like to see me try to make with this plarn. I've told you guys that I make beach totes. Somebody had suggested a rain hat, but you'd have to line it. Oh, and that one has color. I think it's Dollar Tree. I think it's got green. Has it got green? Yes, it's got green. Okay, that goes in the box. Ugh. And then I showed you guys where I'm going to do a tutorial on the the travel case that I made years ago for my daughter for the toothpaste. So I'm going to do that as well. Like I said, but I don't want to do anything until I get this all completed. I want to get this completed. The only time I ever work on this is when I am in the living room. And then at night when I'm in bed, you guys get on Midnight Makes. That's when I work on the actual crochet projects, which I'm going to start. I'm going to try to do my cross stitch again. I have not picked up my cross stitch since my eyeball blew out and then the other one started going. So I wasn't sure. I know I can't see small print, so I'm going to see. I was on a bookmark kick, and I would like to see if I could start creating cross stitch patterns again. The only way I can do that is if I put my face on practically on my computer screen, because you guys know when I do my lives like this, I have to, another reason why I have to have my camera this way and you guys are seeing me do things hands-on instead of seeing my face, is because the only way that I can read the comments is if the phone is 2 inches away from my face, and I have to have on specs, and it takes me a while to read the comments, but comments are welcomed. But so the comments are down here so that I can see them, and they're in my face. So if I were to turn the camera around to my face, all you would pretty much see is my forehead and my eyeballs. And that's pretty scary. So this way I can interact with you. If I have my phone facing this way, I can interact with you a lot better. And it's taken me a while to get used to seeing what I'm doing through my phone lens. That's interesting as well. But I think I've got it down pat now. Which reminds me, I need to schedule a new live with Crystal the Yarny Chicken and Crazy Cat Lady. I have not scheduled a live with her for the month of October. I did the last Tuesday, I believe, in September, and then I did the last Friday with her in August. And in the last live, I really didn't know what much to say, to be honest with you. I don't know what was going on with me. I normally am very talkative when I get on her lives with her, and I was just like, I don't know. I wasn't. It was like I wasn't really present like I normally am. That may be why she didn't ask me to come back. Because normally we go ahead and schedule the next time we're going to get together for live, unless she's just really busy. I don't know. Oh, thank you for the like. I appreciate it. Thank you guys for stopping by. I appreciate it. Helps my algorithms. And like I said, it's difficult for me to have my camera facing the other way, because you guys don't need to see my forehead during a live the whole time. I used to be able to do it to where I could put my phone on a tripod or on a stand, and I could read that way. It also helped before when I had somebody reading the comments to me. But like I said, because of my vision issues, I have to have you guys this way. So I apologize for that. So all you get to hear is my voice. You don't get to see my face, but you get to see my idle hands. And those of you who are joining me now, what I'm doing is I am opening up my little pieces of plastic bag, and I'm stringing them up to make plarn. I am splitting out. Right now I'm stringing up just the strips that are red and white. I'm taking the other colors and I'm putting them down here in this box. Oops, unless I throw it on the floor. And then off to the side over here, I have the ones that are just solid white, because that's going to be, it's going to be this ball. I'm going to add to that ball. I've got a red and white one off to the side that I'm going to add these to, and then that that will be done, and then I can go take it and put it back in the craft room. Ooh, which I need to show you guys. I have rearranged my craft room. I've organized it a little bit better. I moved my shelving around, and then I need to go through my desk back there, or my craft table. I added some wire racks and separated my cross stitch stuff from my crochet stuff from my papers. I have cardstock and crafting papers, and from where I work with different, when I was into making cards. That was another thing that I like to do when I cross stitch. I like to take my smaller cross stitch projects and put borders on them and make them into gift cards. Can't sell them because you can't sell them for what they're worth. So I gifted them when I did them. I actually have several cross stitch books on card making. And then for a while there, I was into rubber stamping, which if you guys go to my current crochet giveaway, you will find one of the books that I'm giving away is on rubber stamping. Yeah. I have rubber stamps and foam stamps and things like that. If you guys are interested in something like that for a giveaway, let me know. And I will be happy to gift them to someone who could use them or would like to have them. I'd rather do that than donate. I'd rather give them to you guys in a giveaway than to donate. Because I know that when you guys enter a giveaway, you're really interested. I think this is going to be, nope. You're interested in what I'm giving away. And I know it'll be used. I don't want to gift it to someone that I don't know whether they're going to actually use it or take advantage of the gift. See, something like this, when it's just faint like that, I sometimes will let that go, and I'll go ahead and put that with my white balls. That's the only thing that's on there. I'll go ahead and put it with my white. I have my trash up here. Sorry, kitty cat over there. No, what is over there? The glare from my phone. I saw something right here, and it's the glare on my phone. I have my trash bin here for right now because sometimes these will break and I have to tie a knot, and I snip off the end, and I keep my trash can handy because you never know. You never know what's going to be there. But after I finish stringing all this, I have a whole box left that I need to string up. Once I finish stringing all this up, I'm going to switch over to finishing my body parts, or what I call my body parts, which is a bunch of amigurumis that I started that I have not pieced together since the eyesight issue, and I would like to see if I can do it. I have a bunch of, before loaf cats got to be so popular, I made little kitty cats about 10 years ago, and I have a whole bag full that they all have eyes, and they're completed except for their face. I just have to put on their face or add some kind of decoration like a collar if I'm going to spruce them up that way. Everything that I make is one of a kind. If it's the same pattern, it is different yarns that I use, or different eyes that I use, or different colors that I use. Every single one of them is one of a kind. Every single one of them is different. I say one of a kind. They're actually, some are all the same kind, but they're different colors. There's no two alike. That's with my amigurumis. That's with my sweaters. That's with everything that I create. So I don't know if I can get this to zoom out. It's not going to. So the way that I'm doing it is I'm conscious about where my coloring is on my strips. So I will put them to where they're in the middle when I'm stringing them, so that when I crochet with it, there's color throughout and it's not all bunched up. So I'll take it and I'll hold it here, and I'm going to string up here so that it will end on a solid white up here, end on a solid white up here, and the color's in the middle. I know it's time consuming to do it this way, but This is how I've been doing the red. I don't do this with every color, just when I'm working with the white plastic. You guys get a chance, come on in, say hi. Let me know you're here. If you have any questions, like I said, please feel free to ask any question whatsoever. I am an open book. If you have questions about what I'm doing, which everybody knows pretty much what I'm doing that has been on my channel. You're familiar with my afternoon delights lives, or whenever I'm doing a live with Crystal, I'm usually working with this too, because I'm trying to get it done. Because like I said, once I'm done stringing, I'm done. I'm done. I will not string anymore. I will start crocheting with the balls I've created. And I have, right now I have 10 paper boxes full of these balls that I've created. 10 boxes full. And actually, I've got 10 boxes full, and then I have a garbage bag that I have full of gray, which is from Walmart, and brown, which is from various other grocery stores. So Walmart is predominantly gray now, so I do like that. My sister used to save black bags for me because she would go to convenience stores every day before she'd go to work. And most convenience stores around my area, they put everything in black bags. So she was saving the black for me because she knew that I liked it. It's rare, and I like working with the bags. Summer, hi! Thank you, awesome. I'm glad you're here. I was talking about you earlier. I said, Summer's the one that has to remind me to take a drink, which now that I've seen your face, I need to take a drink. Not your face, your name. I've been on for 32 minutes. I thought I would go maybe about an hour today, but usually I'll go, if I have interaction, I'll go for 2 hours. Because sometimes I run out of, believe it or not, I may run out of things to say. I like to keep it craft related, but there are times, let me drink my coffee. There are times when I go into a different direction. All my animals are at peace right now because they all got their flea medicine, probably for the last time of the season. And so they're all happy and their bellies are full because that's when they get the wet food. Is that when they get their medicine? They get their wet food, and everybody's quiet and they're sound asleep. All 5 of them, not a peep. And y'all know that normally when I'm on my phone talking on my camera, Ramsey's all in my business. He can't stand it. He's got to get in the picture. He's all in my stuff. But he's sound asleep too because he got his medicine. So, wouldn't have much of a flea problem if I could keep the 2 of the 4 cats from going outside. But, oh, they like their adventures. They're only gone for a couple hours usually at a time, and then they're ready to come right back in. And especially when it starts to get colder. They stay in a lot more. Now, always make sure everybody's in at night because there was a report of a mountain lion downtown in the other areas, and then we have a lot of coyotes out in my area at night, so I try to keep them in as much as I possibly can. I've never seen them, but I have heard them howling. Oh, here we go. I have heard them howling. And so they were telling people, keep your... Now, I live on a farm. It's my landlord's farm, but on the back side of me, They have chicken coops because they raise chickens and sell the eggs. And the truck will come in. They'll come down the road, on the road next to my house. There's a road in front of my house on the other side of one of the pastures. And they'll come in about twice a week. I mean, twice a week, sorry. Twice a day. They'll come in about twice a day to go collect the eggs. But because they're chickens, yeah, they've got a big security system back there because of the coyotes. Like I said, I've never seen them, but I've heard them howling late at night. And it's so funny because, Chihuahuas, Ramsey's a Chihuahua, for those of you who don't know. That's my dog. He thinks he's 10 feet tall and bulletproof 80% of the time. He's got that 20% scaredy cat still. But when he goes outside and he hears those coyotes howling, or it could be the wolves, I don't know, but it's usually the coyotes. But anyway, when he hears them, he will go ahead and he'll perk up and get on all fours, and his ears will stand straight tall, and he gets all tall and buff like he's going to do something. It's the funniest thing. It's like, what are you going to do, buddy? But it's really cute that he thinks that he can. I just let him. But this morning, he got into a brawl with Ellie. Ellie is my oldest cat. She is 13 years old, going on 14 years old. And, you've seen those cartoons where you see the two animals that roll over and there's like little smoke puffs coming off of them, and in the cartoons, and they're brawling and they're rolling all over that's what he was doing with her. And she's my fat cat too. She's my oldest cat and she's my fat cat. And like I said, with their medicine, they get, come here, you. They get their wet food. They get wet food when they get their medicine. That's the only time they get their medicine. So they know that if they take their medicine, then they get their wet food and they get excited. But anyway, so he had his on the floor. She hadn't gotten hers yet. And all she was doing was walking into the kitchen sniffing. That's all she was doing. But he got all protective and mad and just jumped her. And she's like twice his size. And jumped her and was screaming at her, or rather he was snarling. And she was, of course, crying and like a banshee. And they were rolling around like you see the cartoons. I'm not kidding. It wasn't funny, but it was. So I had to break him up, and he had to go in a timeout and go into his little house that I keep behind the couch. I say little house. It's actually one of those big houses that, it's one of those crates for dogs. But this one is for a medium to large dog. So for him, it's like a hotel. It's huge. And he's got like 10 blankets. That's exaggeration. He's got about 5 blankets in there that he hibernates under. And he's got his pillow cushion. He's got 2 pillows. And then he's got a little doormat. So yeah. So when I tell him it's time to go night-night to go get in your house, he just waddles and prances off, and he gets in his house. Sometimes I don't even have to tell him. Usually he knows his bedtime's usually around 10:30, 11 o'clock. So sometimes about 10:30, 11 o'clock at night, he'll go ahead and start trotting that way, or I'll look, because usually he's on the foot of my bed with me. I'll look at the foot of the bed and I'll see he's not on his blanket or in his blanket, because he has a blanket on the foot of my bed. He has a little doggy hut. That's one of those little cushioned little huts that you go in and out of, that's got a little padded cushion inside, and he's got a blanket in the craft room. That's just for him. He has his setup over here, which he is buried under right now. He's got his little setup over there where he perks himself on the end of the couch. He's got his setup behind the couch, which is his house. He's got his cushion, his blanket set up on the foot of my bed, and then he has his hut in the craft room. So he's got, because he has to be with me. He cannot stand not to be around me. If I were to get up and go into the bathroom, he would unbury himself and he would follow me into the bathroom. Or at least he would lay there on the carpet, flat out like this. He'd lay there and just wait for me to get done. And then if I came back in here, he'd come back in here and get on his blanket and curl back underneath his underneath his covers. It cracks me up. I tell Maddie that's her dog because it was actually a gift for her when she was little. I think she had just turned 13 when we got him. No, she was 12. Let's see, she's 18, Ramsey is 6, so yeah. But anyway, so yeah, it was for her 12th or 13th birthday. And she's like, Mom, I never wanted a dog. Why do we have a dog anyway? He's not my dog, he's your dog. So he's kind of attached himself to me, but it's funny because she'll pull up in her car and he will bark, and then, well, anybody pulls up, he barks, but when she comes in the house, he'll still bark at her. And when she starts to come out of her room, he'll bark at her until he realizes who it is, and then he stops. And then when she sits on the couch, because she usually sits on that end of the couch over there. I got my popcorn bowl. Sit on that end of the couch over there, and then he will go ahead and... Oh, come here, you. He will go ahead and... Oh, dang it. I got one that was out of sequence, so now I got to pull it out. Ugh. He'll go up and curl up in her lap. And she'll love on him, and then she'll say, I don't like you. Why are you here? I don't like you. That's what she'll say to him. I'm not going to have a good time with this one. Oh, good grief. Come on now. One of the downfalls of trying to do it this method is if you don't take it off of your arm in sequence, it will get entangled. It's all strung up like this. I'm going to go ahead and roll this up before I take the rest of it off of me, because it's going to be a big mess if I don't. Go ahead and roll it up. But I appreciate you guys coming to visit me this morning. I do not normally come on in the morning. I had some time left on my phone before it died, and I thought, I'm going to go ahead and take advantage of it and get on here with live with you guys. See if we can get some conversations going, but nobody's really talking, so that's okay. You guys are just letting me rant for 42 minutes. Ooh. I appreciate the loves and the likes. I appreciate you guys taking time in your morning to stop by and see me. There we go. So I don't have my crochet hooks up in my shop yet, because I've had a lot of interest in them outside of, or rather I've had a lot of interest in them from people on here, from my lives and from just my videos. So I may do a live later this evening, or if not, I will do it tomorrow evening, and it will be doing my hooks. Either doing my hooks or showing you guys my hooks. Yeah, that big mess. I've got the whites are sticking to my arm and they won't come off. Oh, there we go. Let's move them over there. Come on now. Work with me here. There we go. But yeah, so I'm thinking I'm going to do a live and then show you what I have available right now. I have made some more, and I've gotten some more really pretty beads in. I've got some turtles in, and some, let's see, turtles and owls and raccoons. I'm barely waking up. I'm glad the few water reminders has set a memory plug in your mind to stay hydrated. Yes, thank you. I appreciate that. Oh, yep, I'm having my coffee, and it is, well, it looks like it's 11:30 right now, my time. But I have my coffee there. I've got a container of water beside me there, and then I've got a diet ginger ale beside me, in case I wanted a little bubbly. I don't drink soda very often, but when I do, it takes me a while. I used to get the 2 liters and I'd go through them like crazy, but now, since I don't drink much soda anymore, when I do have a hankering where I want something bubbly, I'll get the small bottles or the medium bottles, and then I'll just sip it. And one of those little bottles usually lasts me a few days. It usually will go flat before I finish it, and then I'll drink it flat. I don't mind drinking the ginger ale flat. Oof. Yes, I need to make a Walmart trip today. I always put that off. But my Walmart is going back to, they're going to take out, it was almost completely check yourself out. They had like 50 registers where you could check yourself out. But I guess so many people were complaining about it. I don't mind doing it if I have just a few items. But if I've got a buggy full, I don't want to take that extra time. I don't want to be in there any longer than I possibly have to. So I will wait in line and let somebody scan it and bag it for me. I would rather do that. I really, really would. But like I said, if I've got a few items, I can be in and out and do the self-checkout. I don't mind doing that. I do that at Publix. I do it at the Dollar General whenever it's working, because 9 times out of 10, the Dollar General one is out of order. But Walmart almost got completely animated. Mine did anyway. And then they finally switched it over to where it's going to be half and half now. And I don't think, it doesn't seem like the register people are very happy about it, because every single register that I've gone through since they've switched back to using the registers have been so rude. And I'm like this, guys. I am like this 99.9% of the time. I'm happy-go-lucky. I'm bubbly. I'm the glass is half full. I am, Miss Positive. I try to see the good in everything that is in life, even if I'm being kicked to the curb and down and out, and even considering my situation. I try to think positive. I thank God for what He's given me and what He's going to give to me and what He's going to do to help me. And I try to stay positive. But it's really hard when you go around and shop and people are so negative, and the customers and the cashiers and everybody's so rude and they're so hateful. They got used to being lazy. I don't mind checking myself out, but I've been a cashier at pretty much every job. Still like someone else to do it sometimes, though. Yes, and that's me. I enjoy it. But like I said, when I've got my buggy full, I don't, especially if I've got the heavier stuff. Of course, now you can take the little lever off and you can scan it yourself. And welcome to the chat, by the way. Appreciate you being here. Oh, I've got it. I have my phone on mute, so you guys can't hear the calls, but it's still coming up on my screen and driving me nuts. But yeah, so I mean, I still go and I still stay positive, and I still try to make the best of my time there. But I've gotten to where I don't like to go there very often. I don't. We have a discount grocery store here. There's one in Athens, one in Cleveland. I think there's one in Dayton. There's a bunch of them everywhere. That's called United Grocery Outlet. Been lurking, still waking up. Well, thank you for lurking with me. I appreciate that. I don't normally, like I said, I don't normally come on this early. This is not normally me, but I've been sleeping weird and trying to sleep at night. Taking my medication that helps me sleep, and instead of staying up through it, I have made myself listen to my body when it says you're getting sleepy, lay down now. So I have been, which is why I haven't been doing the midnight makes lately. Because my doctor did give me something to help me sleep, and it's been doing pretty good. But I wake up, I want to say around 5 a.m., and then I'll go to the restroom or get a drink of water because it makes me, that and my pain medication makes me very dehydrated. So I'll drink some of my water and then I'll lay back down until Ramsey starts. He'll start crying to go outside, and he wakes up about 7:30, 8 o'clock. So between 7 and 7:30, I've been waking up lately. And the first thing I do is get busy in the kitchen. I don't know why. Like, I'll prep food. Not that I'm going to eat for breakfast, but I'll prep food for like later in the night or later in the week. Then my sister, my baby sister, just turned 52. And, well, she's going to be 52 on the 19th, but which is when I'm doing the drawing for the cross-stitch giveaway. I know I had red in there's the red. But we had our get-together, our get-together for our lunch. She has a special dinner that she likes for me to make for her birthday present every year. We've been doing this for, oh gosh, at least 5 or 6 years, maybe longer. And so it's the only time that they have this particular food. And so everybody gets so excited because they love the way I make it. And I did a full spread this year because I went to we have access to an Amish, well, they're Mennonites, market in Delano. And so I like to go there to get fresh produce that they grow themselves. It's really nice, and it's always so good. And so I for 2 days, I did a lot of prepping for her dinner. So all I had to do was cook the final main course the day of, and then everything else I just had to warm up. So they had and it's something that she'd never had before. They had their purple potatoes, which are purple inside, and they're the same texture of a red potato, and they don't taste any different than the red potatoes, but they have the same texture of the red potatoes, so they make great potato salad. If you like a firmer potato, what they call a waxy potato, instead of it getting overcooked and mushy like a russet or an Idaho. So she'd never had that before. So I made purple potato salad, and I ran out of, I use sweet pickle relish for mine. I use a vegan mayonnaise. And she's not big on mayonnaise, so I had put capers in it. I had some leftover capers, so I put capers in it. She'd never had capers before. So she was really excited about that, and she liked it, and they practically wiped it all out. My 2 sisters and my niece practically wiped it all out, so I just have maybe about this much of the potato salad left. It was great. So we had that. They had fresh beets. So beets are naturally sweet, and how I cook my beets is I cook them just like I do the potatoes. They take just as long to cook as like a sweet potato because they're hard. And what I do is I have these food grade gloves, and what I'll do is I will cut them in quarters. I will boil them with just a pinch of salt because the salt brings out the sweetness of the beets. I cut off the tops because I like beet greens. To me, they're a little bit sweeter than a spinach, but they cook like a spinach and they have the texture of like cooked spinach. So I save those and put those aside, and I cook those. And so anyway, so what I do is I have these food grade gloves, and I put them on because beets stain everything. So these would have been pink if I had not worn those gloves. So what I do is I boil them until they're almost completely done, and then I drain them, and of course the juice is like exploding red. So I drain them, and with the gloves, you just take your fingers and the skins will just slide right off. So I just slide off the skins, and I chopped them up into bite-sized pieces, and then you can either roast them in the oven or cook them just a little bit longer, depending on how firm you want them. And so we had fresh beets. They had fresh okra. And so I took the okra and I put a little bit of avocado oil in my pan, and I sauteed and chopped up the okra with some fresh green onions that I'd gotten from the market. And let's see, what else squash. They had yellow squash, beautiful, small, yellow, sweet squash. And I diced up some They had some yellow Vidalia sweet onions, so I chopped those up and cooked that with the squash. And I had some butter flavored salt, and I used that to season it with some garlic. So we had that, and we had hush puppies, and so I didn't cook the hush puppies, and it's vegetable scallops is what we had. And so I didn't, those are the only two things I didn't cook, but I cooked everything else up, and I made, what else did I have? We had a whole bunch of stuff. But anyway, so I had these containers for them so that they could have something to take home and have snacks on and leftovers. Plus, it's just me here. I did not need a lot of leftovers. But it was great. We had a really nice visit. I had taken all my photo albums and laid them out on this box that I have covered with a blanket. So they could all sit around on my couch, and we looked through old photographs and had a really nice time. October is a very sad month for my baby sister. It's her birthday, but her birthday's on the 19th. My mom passed away on October. Real Vidalia onions. They grow specifically in Vidalia, Georgia. Yes. Yes, they are. My stepfather used to get them, and they got them seeded, and that's how the Amish do it, because they do green peanuts as well, and they only grow certain times of the year. But I have actually seen them harvest before. But they grow the Vidalias, they grow the whites, the reds, and then there's another sweet onion that they grow too, but I can't remember what they called it. But yeah, that they let you come in and see. They're harvesting sometimes. They'll let you do a tour, and then you just pay a flat fee. It's like $5, I think, if you want to watch the harvest, which is really good. Oh, the ex-husband is texting me, wanting to know how my weekend went. But yeah, so it was really great. And then the weekend before, my other sister, I'm the oldest, and then my middle sister and I went to, oh, it's alive. Are you wanting to say hi, or you gotta go outside? You gotta go potty? Hey. You gotta go outside? You gotta go TT? He says I wish you could talk. Oh, I wish you could talk. Oh yeah, but what I was saying about my stepdad, he actually is from, I want to say he's not from Macon, Georgia. He's actually from Athens, Georgia. And they used to get Vidalias, and, hello, you were licking me? And he would eat them like apples, and he'd have an onion sandwich. And I thought it was gross when I was a kid, but it was just 2 pieces of bread with some mayonnaise and a slice of Vidalia onion. And then I tried it as an adult, and I like it. I know that sounds weird, but it's not grown in Vidalia. It's not Vidalia onion. It's only the variety, the soil in the city can make them unique. Oh, okay. Okay. Well, that's what they were calling them. They were calling them sweet Vidalias, but you're probably right. I mean, I'm not familiar with the origin of it, but I just know that, yeah, come here. That's what they had on their label. And I had asked them about that, but they were saying it was the seeding. But come here, you. Oh my goodness. His feet are tangled in my bags. Hang on. All I know is it was really good. There you go. Your scratches? Yeah. Oh, I'm not supposed to touch you. He got medicine on the back of his neck today, too. The medicine on the back of his neck does not ever work, but I want to use it up because I paid for it, so we'll see. But they take a pill. All right, come on. You gotta go outside? All right, let's go outside. You woke up and you had to get in my business. Oh, my goodness. I'm trying to think of Brussels sprouts. We had Brussels sprouts too. My mom used to grow Brussels sprouts in her garden, and they grow on a stalk, which is really cool. All right, there we go. So we're going outside. Oh, great. I'm in my pajamas. The landlord's kids are out. I mean, not the landlord's, the neighbor's kids. Grandkids are out. They must be out of school today. Go on. Is today a holiday? Did I miss something? I'm going to lift you up so you guys don't have to see him go potty. My backyard. Yeah, probably, because I know that when my dad would get them and he ate them, they were really sweet. What are you doing now? Columbus Day. Thank you. That would explain it. I want to say my daughter still has college today, but the elementary around here is closed. That explains why I'm hearing kids. Yeah, my neighbors are great. They're so nice. They like their ganja. Older couple. Well, I say older couple. They're just a few years older than me. I don't consider myself an older couple. I don't want to consider myself old. I'm in denial. Teacher work day. That's usually how they do it around here. They will, if they have a holiday, they'll usually do a teacher's work day the next day or the day before, depending on. Of course, no, most holidays are on Mondays anymore, but that's what they do around here in my county. Are you done? You ready to go in? Ready to go back in the house? Hey, I'm talking to you. You ready? Oh, landlord's got the buzzsaw out. Let's see, the landlord lives in a house through those woods. There's our main, let's see if I can do this. Our main road is right there. I have my house, and then I have, that's the side of my neighbor's. They don't have a carport. It's like a garage shed thing, but you can only go in their house from the back or from the front, whereas mine has a carport with a side door and a front door. But anyway, so the main road is up there. So when the cats go out, they usually go back out in the field, and so I don't worry about them getting close to the road, which is nice. But my neighbor is the only one that's on this road. Oh, my car. Let me go around this way. On my carport, and then I have a pretty good sized yard here, and I'll take you guys, since we're out, since we're outside, let's go see. I'll show you the back of the house that I live in. Oh, I can't see anything. I gotta take my specs off. So of course there's a fence line right there where the trees are, and then the yard goes all the way around, and then I'll take you back here. This is the back of my house. Back of my house. They need to mow my grass one more time. It's getting thick and ridiculous. And then there's the corner area there. And then there's a railroad track way back there. And then on the other side of that is the Smoky Mountains. And then they have a cow pasture there. And then a cow pasture here. And then a cow pasture here. And then a cow pasture in the front. Oh, there's one of the cows now. No, that's not a cow. See, that's why I can't see well. That's not a cow. Nope, that would be a shed. I mean, a camper. It's a camper. So this is the side of the house, and then this is the back of the house. So I have cows on three sides. I mean, they're the white chaca, I think is what they're called, cows. But anyway. Yeah, I smell it. Ooh, they got the weed going. I smell the weed. Oh, I'm gonna lift the drain up because it's buried. Oh, it's not supposed to be buried. Shh. Dang it. That's my
I have a drain pipe for my air conditioner and it's come loose. Well, I didn't want to go back in. There it goes. I don't know how it got loose, but anyway. Now I gotta wash my hands. I guess you guys are going with me to wash my hands. If you're leaving comments, I apologize. I can't see them right now because my eyes are sensitive to the UV rays and I'm completely blind. Yay. I have to be outside for a good, I guess a good 10, 15 minutes before my eyes can really adjust. And then they're very light sensitive. My middle door is rusting. I have to lock my door every time I come in the house. I remember a day years ago when you didn't have to lock your doors. We're going to wash our hands with this. It smells so good. It smells like baking stuff. But yeah, so my neighbors are great. They've been there, I want to say they've been there 13, oh goodness. How long have they been there? It's over 13 years they've been living there. It's great. They're really sweet people. But I remember when their daughter was pregnant, and now their daughters, they watch their kids every now and then. They're at work. All right, now I can go back and see your comments. Let's see, where are we at? Okay. Native American Day. Oh. It's the general day when Columbus discovered there were more continents than they once believed. Yes. Oh, here we're going. Another call coming in. Okay. Where am I going? We're going. There we go. That's my welcome kitty mat. I did have it outside, but it was so lightweight that the wind kept blowing it away. So I thought, well, I'll put it in my breezeway. So let's go back. Gosh, the weed is coming into the house. That weed smell is coming into the house. I'm smelling it. Of course, CBD is legal around here, but actual THC is not. But we've got CBD places like crazy everywhere around here. Oh. Are you happy? Are you happy because you went potty? Where did you go? Oh, there you are. You're sniffing. Oh, he's picking up whatever cat treats fell on the floor. That's funny. All right, I'm going to string up put these white ones on my arm since I've accumulated so many of them and add to my white ball. Columbus Day. Oh, that means the banks are going to be closed. I don't think I needed to go to the bank. My daughter's coming into town Wednesday. Yay! After her last class Wednesday, she's coming in for their fall break. They get Wednesday. They're getting Thursday, Friday, and then, of course, she always has Saturday and Sunday off. And I'm not sure about Monday, which is probably why the college is open today, because they're only going to be there for 3 days this week instead of 5. Now, our local community college, they're only in class Monday through Thursday, but hers is Monday through Friday. She's already thinking she's going to change her major. But then when I talked to her about it the other day, she goes, Mom, that was a few weeks ago. I said, so you're not going to change it? No. I was like, okay, but you were talking about, you thought you might change it. That's why it's good to, your first year, take your general classes so that you don't pick your major. Yeah, I get so confused the way the holidays are anymore because they change so much. Don't you love that? They like to get in our business. That's funny. Luferton. I love that name. That is so cute. Used to have cats. My cats before had Disney names. My daughter's cat does that. I have to watch her. She's the only. No, I was gonna say Copper does it too, but Ellie does it. She drools when she's happy. It's like, yeah, it's kind of gross. So since Matson's been gone, her cat has pretty much adopted me and stays in my room and on my bed. She eats, sleeps, poops, and does all the sleeping. Then she doesn't eat and poop on my bed, but she sleeps on my bed. But yeah, she does that. She'll get on my arm if I start petting her, and then the next thing I know, she's leaking all over the place and drooling. And so I keep a napkin beside me now, or a paper towel. It's like, yeah, you're not my cat. I love you, but And then Copper will do that from time to time. I have to watch him when he gets a little too comfortable. He's on the arm right now. Say hi. This is Copper. He's gold everywhere. His eyes everywhere, gold. He's skittish, but he's very lovable when he wants attention. I have to move away now because if I don't, he will come over here and climb on me. He likes to get on my left shoulder like Ramsey does, like a hood ornament, which is really funny. All right, guys, I'm going to string this up. I'm going to roll it on my white ball that I have created. And then I am going to hop off here for the day. I've got to get my clothes on and go into town while the sun is up high and I can see to drive. And go check my P.O. box to see if you guys have sent me any letters. I've been looking forward to it. I'm excited. I hope I get some because I would love to put them on camera. Oh, that is so cool. He's not quite as fluffy. Really? How do you come up with the names for all the cats? I mean, do you name the ones that your wild ones that are outside? Do you name all of them too? Yeah, that's Boo Boo Kitty. She's my tortoise shell, but she's not considered a long hair. She's kind of a short in between, like a medium hair. And they call Midnight a short hair, but he's got long hair too. But they always say he's a domestic short hair, and I'm like, what? What is that? I mean, his hair is this long. How is he a domestic short hair? Oh, there it is. And Copper was named because of his color, but he's got very, very faint cream-colored stripes. But he's what the vet called him a buff. The color is buff. And that's what the vet called Ramsey, too. His color is buff. I think of him as a blonde, but Oh, okay. Yeah, Midnight was named because of his color. His name is Midnight Blue. Boo Boo Kitty is named because of her big round eyes. She reminds me of those Beanie Boo. That's what Maddie calls her Beanie Boo, and I call her Boo Boo Kitty because Boo Boo Kitty's her actual name. So she calls her Beanie Boo because it's those Beanie Boo babies that you see at Michael's at the checkout, or they have them. I think the Walmart carries them too. Everybody carries them, I think. It's the Thai Beanie Babies, but they're not the bears. They're the different animals and the cats. Screamer. Squirmy and Screamer. And Copper we did not name. He was one of Boo Boo Kitty's last litter that she had before we got her fixed. He actually belonged to someone else. She is hardcore lesbian, and they wanted all females. Her and her girlfriend at the time wanted a female cat. We thought he was female. She realized he was male and then lied to me and told me that where she was moving to, she could not have cats. And so we took him back. She had him for about a month. We took him back, and because his little testes had not dropped yet, so I couldn't tell he was a boy, because he's very furry down there. But apparently she could, and he is a boy. But we took him back, and she had originally named him Copper after the hound dog from Disney and his color. So we just left that name with him. And then Maddie named her. I said, "What are you going to name her?" She said, "Elf Belly." He does. He's got a very cute face. He's patiently sitting beside me, staring at me, waiting for me to get done, because he knows if I have something in my lap that I will shoo him away. All right. Let me get my white ball and add you to my white ball. Now, my white ball is mainly solid white, but I do have like uh-oh, can't find the other end. Where's the other end? I do have a hint of color. There you are. I do have a hint of color every now and then. One slips through, but it's predominantly a white ball. All right, let me get this squared away so it'll be even. Face. Face. That's cute. Because he had a ghost face mask on the back of his head. Oh, that's cool. Your comment had slipped by. I had to go back up and see what she was talking about with face. Oh, I got another like. Thank you, thank you, thank you. You have a feral colony as well? So do you take care of the feral colony now? Or does your landlord still take care of them? All right, Copper. I'm done. Copper, I'm done. Look, I'm done. You gonna come over? Come here. You gonna come over now? There we go. All right, come on. Yeah, come on. You coming? You coming? I don't have collars on the inside kitties, but I have bell collars on the outside kitties. So I have two that are strictly inside, and then two that are mainly inside, but they like to venture out for a couple hours every day. Yeah. See, I'm a sweetie. Those are my adult coloring books, and those are my pads to do my, whenever I'm doing my blocking. He's pushing on me. You see that? He's pushing on me. Pet me, Mommy. Pet me. I'm petting you, see? Oh, I'm scratching the backside. Oh, we like that? Yeah. Oh, it's a place you can't get, see? The place you can't get. I scratch those places because they like it and get excited. So we're fixed so we don't get too excited, which is fine with me because he was really bad about marking his territory when before he got fixed. That was not a good thing. Tornado was named Blackfoot because the bottom of his feet are deep black. He was left behind on the trailer park a couple blocks over. His little toe beans were black. Mom still takes care of them. I moved away years ago. He shows up here about 2 years by the ear tips. Found out who he was. See how long it takes me to read something. This is why I can't read books anymore. I have to dart my one good eye back and forth in order to see the letters since I have the blind spot in the middle because some of the letters aren't there when I'm reading. Again, this is why I do my lives this way so I can read your comments because otherwise it would just be me talking, which is me 80% of the time anyway. Well, guys, I'm going to let you go. I've got to go get dressed. I've got to answer some messages that have come through since you guys have been on here. You going to say goodbye? Goodbye. I will, I'm going to try to get on late tonight or late tomorrow night, but I will post it on the board and, or what they call a preview to let you guys know at least an hour or two beforehand when I do that. So thank you for coming and thank you for the likes and thank you for the conversation. I really enjoyed it as usual. And I will see you again soon. And summer, I will make sure to stay hydrated. I love you guys. I love you. Keep it real. Peace out.